on KBCT.
Can you hear me? Okay. Mr. Eastland, not too long ago, you asked the question on Crosstalk of why so much publicity was being given to Prince Charles when he was here visiting our great state. Now, my question to you, Mr. Eastland, is why are you and your station giving so much free publicity to a stripper with a snake?
Well, a stripper with a snake, in my opinion, is worth twice as much in the world as a Prince Charles, who doesn't do anything except spend other people's money, tax money. So, you know, I don't see anything. I have all kinds of things on this show.
Yeah.
And I want to.
Could I add to that also?
Sure.
Okay, well, it's not just a stripper with a snake. I prefer myself to be referred to as an exotic dancer. And the reason why I'm getting a lot of publicity, which you said is free publicity, is because I just did a movie that will be released very similar to Friday the 13th. It's called The 33rd Night, and it's only been released, I guess, about 2 weeks ago. And I'll be coming out on that. This is going directly to David Letterman and also the Johnny Carson show, and I hope you watch that and enjoy it.
Doris, listen, don't think that, I mean, I just have that opinion. I'm not promoting nor detracting, and the station isn't either, someone who does the things Tammy does. All we're doing is just presenting it, and you know, you can make up your own mind.
Well, my question was to you, and you answered it, and evidently you think that something of this caliber is more important than someone like Prince Charles. And as far as spending money, I think that you could better wisely spend the money of your TV station, and I have a right to my opinion, and I thank you for listening.
You bet.
Thank you very much.
Larry, you're on Crosstalk.
Yes, hello. I wanted to know, first, I don't think there's anything wrong with the profession she's chosen. And second, I want to know how long she's been into herpetology or the study of snakes, and if she's ever worked with pit vipers.
Okay, I haven't worked with any type of poisonous snakes whatsoever, pit vipers or mambas or whatever, you know, the poisonous species. I worked with snakes around close to 11 years now, but I only work with the boas and the python group and constrictors.
Do you raise python?
Yes, my boa constrictor right now, my female's going to have 7 babies because we did an ultrasound on her at the veterinarian. Said around 7 babies I should have within the next couple months.
How much would you sell one for?
Oh, I don't know. It wouldn't be a question of price. It would be a question of how good of a home they would have, and you know, and if I decide to get rid of them, I may keep them all myself.
You might keep them all yourself. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and good luck.
Thank
you. All right. Barbara, you're on Crosstalk.
Hello?
Hello, Barbara.
When you had said before that it had bitten you, did you frighten it or something, or why did it bite you?
Okay, the reason why I got bit by the snakes every time that I've been bitten is because I had my hand in the way when they struck at the food.
Oh, okay. What do you feed them?
Well, I give them rats mostly, rats and chickens.
And television talk hosts.
What do you keep the snakes?
Well, they have a lot of different cages. He's getting away. They're getting tangled in my cord. Excuse me just for a moment. Yeah, I keep them. They all have their own little cage and everything. And when I do my show with them, they only do 1 song apiece. And then I take them out for the children to see and for old folks and stuff for my benefits. VFW halls a lot enjoy them. They invite me to come and do a show.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Rosie, we're going to go away for 1.5 minutes, one more time, and we'll talk to you first if you'll just stay right by your telephone. Be right back. We're with Tammy Tail and with Nigel, and Tammy is an exotic dancer who handles snakes, and she's appearing at a local club. And Rosie, you're on Crosstalk.
What would you do if it escapes?
Sorry, you'll have to repeat your question. What did she do when it escapes?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what do you do when it escapes?
Well, they never escape, and if they do, they just curl up near me or somewhere warm and go to sleep.
How do you know if it's a female or a male?
Well, there's a way to tell because you can have them probed, and that has to do with the instrument where you insert it, and depending on the length of the instrument, you can tell whether it's a male or female.
How long have you had that?
This particular snake I've had, I guess, around 2 years now, a little over maybe.
What's his name?
This is Nigel, Burmese python. It's just a baby. So it's not even half grown yet, not even a third.
It's a baby?
Yeah, this is a baby. It'll grow around 18 feet when it's full grown and weigh around 200. It'll grow to around 250 pounds approximately and 18 feet. Burmese python.
Gets it to a point where you can't use an axe, right?
Yeah,
Well,
sometimes.
thank you, Rosie.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Debbie, you're on Crosstalk. Hi, Debbie. Debbie is not there. Shelley, you're on Crosstalk.
Wonderful. I've been waiting long enough.
Good.
I am a housewife who has just recently moved from Houston here, and my husband and I went to this certain club and saw Tammy do her act. We missed the snakes. I really think that the snakes are cool. I don't think they're any big deal if they're not going to harm anyone. She doesn't act, Tammy doesn't act with fire, which I think would probably be more harmful to people watching her act, much more than the snakes. I don't see what the big deal is. In fact, I think the things that she does with the snakes, with helping put on shows for little children and the VFW stuff and all that stuff, I think it's great. I don't see what the big deal is. And by the way, her act is hysterical. It's one of the funniest, most tasteful. I think she's great. I'm sorry, y'all. I think she's wonderful, and I'm a 30-year-old housewife, and I love her.
Thank you.
So that's it. Bye.
Steve, you're on Crosstalk.
How you doing tonight,
Good.
Tom?
Well,
Tom,
so-so.
this is one of the most interesting programs I think I've watched in a long time.
Well, thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say that familiar with certain wild animals, and there's good snakes and bad snakes, and evidently Tammy's found the good ones. From what I can gather, she has utilized the talents that have been given to her for many useful purposes. And you've had quite a few criticisms of things being right and wrong, and
You should have been in my office today, Steve, and heard the telephone calls I got.
well, if I might, some of your callers who object to Tammy's performance, etc., since they seem to be biblically oriented, I'd like to refer them to reread Matthew chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. And I'm not going to say anything more, Tom.
Okay, thank you much.
Thank you.
Sam, you're on Crosstalk.
I just wanted to ask Tammy if she has ever had an accident with any of the children that she's, just with any of the children with the snakes.
Okay. All right, Sam, thank you. You ever had an accident with any of the children while you were showing them the snakes?
Oh, no. I performed around a lot of children, maybe a couple hundred, as a matter of fact, within this year, and I've never had not even one accident.
Okay.
No.
Well, we're all out of time. And
Okay.
I hope that the people who were afraid of what this show would do have had their fears allayed.
Okay,
And
I hope so.
I appreciate you coming, and I guess I appreciate Nigel coming too. I'll have to make up my mind about that tonight. All right.
Okay, well, thank you very much for having me.
Okay.
And good luck.
All right. And thank you for being with us, and you have a real good evening.